Well, good morning, stamping friends. My name is Lorri Heiling, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and thank you so much for joining me this morning. I have had a busy weekend, and oh, you guys, I'm in a hard season with my family. As you know, well, maybe you don't know, my mom has dementia, and we had kind of a scare this weekend. She had chest pains, and the crazy thing is, I called her just to see how she was doing, and she said, actually, I'm having chest pains right now. So I made a U-turn, and I went to check on her and took her into the hospital actually, and they kept her for about 5 hours for observation, and they sent her home, but they said you need to get in and see a cardiologist. So then the very next day, then she had to go to urgent care, and come to find out she had a UTI. So we're starting to have some health issues with my mom, but oh, I got to spend the best day with her just hanging out. Actually, the UTI was 2 days later because the day after the hospital stint, I got to spend the day with her. We just had a really fun day, but oh man, these little scares that we have just remind me of how precious life is, and oh, dementia is such an ugly disease. So anyway, I got to spend time with my mom, and I got to see my grandkids this weekend, and so it's just been a whirlwind of emotions here, from highs to lows but that's what life is about. We never know what's on the horizon for us, so we just take a day at a time and pray a lot. So that was my weekend in a nutshell. Well, I'm going to share with you a project, plus I'm going to share with you some new things that I got. I know I typically do an unboxing, but a lot of the things that I got were like the new in colors and some of the new products, and we're limited on what we can order. So I'm not going to show you everything. I just mainly want to show you the colors that we got, and I'll share more as time goes on. But sometimes those unboxings can get a little bit long because there's a lot of things that are new with our new catalog coming up. By the way, speaking of new catalogs, if you don't have a catalog and would like to receive one, just shoot me an email, and if you're a customer of mine in the last 6 months, you will get one for free. If you're not a customer of mine but need a demonstrator and you'd love to see the new catalog, just let me know and I'll send you a quick email on how you can get that. And I'm so happy I got my cup here. Do you guys know about the Ember cup? Oh my gosh, if you don't have one of these, or if you have a coffee lover, see that little white light? This sits on a charger, and then your coffee stays warm for I think 2 hours, like hot, so you don't have to keep warming it up. But oh, I actually have 2 of them. I got them for Christmas, and so it's Ember, EMBER, and you can control the temperature on your iPhone. So I'm not doing a commercial for them, but I love it. I use this every single morning. In case you didn't know, I'm a coffee addict. All right, so for today's project, I think I don't know, should we start with the colors or should we start with the project? I think we're going to start with the project because I have the product all over the place here, and I might get mixed up on where I set things. So the project that we're going to make is something that I did at my in-person stamp club in March. So it's pretty fresh, and I have a kit left over, so I thought, I gotta make it anyway. I might as well do this for you guys. So the stamp set that we used is one that is carrying over, so this is going to be in the new catalog. It's called Doggone Friendly. They have well, I shouldn't say every kind of dog. There's probably a million dog breeds, but there's a lot of them that can be found in this. And so we did the spotlight technique, and so I'm going to share with you how to do that. So the hardest part of this was picking out which dog you want to spotlight in your card. So let me share with you what we did. And remember, when I make this, you can do it in any color because I use black as kind of the main color, and then as we all know, black goes with almost anything. And so if you have a girl dog, you might want to do black and pink together. If it's a general pet one, you might want to do something other than pink or blue. You never know when you need a pet card. All right, so what we're going to do is start with our card base. And well, wait a minute, let me change my camera so you can see my hands close up. All right, here's our card base, and this is basic black, and the size is 4 1/4 by 11. And then I just scored it in half on the long side, and then I always like to use my bone folder and just make a firm, crisp rub with the bone folder so it stays shut, and it just gives it a nicer edge here when you use your bone folder. All right, then the next thing we're going to do is I'm actually using a color that is going to be retiring soon. So one thing about the retiring colors, you want to snag them before it gets closer to that retirement. Soon we're going to have the retirement items gone for good, and then I don't know, so many people wait till the last minute, and these things go fast because once they're gone, they don't keep supplying them. So grab these before they're gone, especially re-inkers, so that you can keep using your ink pad even longer. But this is Parakeet Party, and I use kind of a generic color, so you could use it for boy or girl. And this is cut to 5 3/8 by, let me get my ruler, I can't remember which one because I did this a while ago, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And what we're going to do is just adhere this to the card front. And I like to use multi-purpose liquid glue. You may want to grab some of this glue as well if you like it, because this is going to have a little price increase in the new catalog. So I'm ordering up on this so that I can get it at the lower price. And just center that in your card. That's the nice thing about the green glue. It allows you to maneuver a little bit before it sticks. All right, now the next layer is going to be basic white. And this is a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece, and we want to use the Doggone Friendly stamp set. Now this is a huge set. It is going to take up almost the whole paper. So I'm going to grab my F size block because it will fit. Now, I normally use my glass mat that you've seen before and just set it on the glass mat, but I'll just use this time because you guys don't have access to that glass mat unless you signed up to be a demonstrator during celebration. So we will put this on, and then when you use a background stamp, sometimes it's tempting to use that Stamparatus that we don't sell anymore, but I do still use mine. But the thing is, when you use the Stamparatus, when you put this down, you have to put the magnet somewhere, and there's nowhere that you can put the magnet on this paper because when it inks or when it stamps, it's going to catch that magnet. So that's why I resort to this way. I just flip the stamp upside down, and then I take my Memento black ink and I just ink it up this way, because this way I can see where I've inked it. I can see where it's not quite as dark, and you just can have a little more control of where it goes. Whereas if I was stamping it traditionally, I would try to center it and hope it hit the whole sheet here, but this way is just a little bit more precise. And what I'm talking about is when you set this on, you're going to set it right in the, well, actually I shouldn't say in the middle.
Depending on which dog you want to spotlight, I'm aiming for the Yorkie because we used to have one like this, our sweet little Max. So I'm going to place this a little bit to the right so I can capture more of the Yorkie. Set it down, and then just grab a piece of computer paper and place that on the top, and then you want to rub all over with your hands, and this way you're going to get every little spot. Some people that tried to do it the traditional way, it might miss a spot here or there, but when you do it this way, you're sure to get every little square inch of ink onto that piece of paper. So now we're going to die cut the little dog that we're choosing, and the die cut is deckled circles, and it's about 1.5 inches in diameter, and just place that on whichever dog that you would like to spotlight.
So I have him cut out just like that, and the next thing we're going to do is color him in. Let me grab my white paper so it doesn't bleed through. And oh, I miss Max when I make this. However, Max was a boy dog, so we're gonna pretend like this is Maxine because I want to make it a girl dog. When I did a boy dog, what I did was I still did this part, but I stamped the dog again, and I cut off the little top of him where it was made into a bow so that it looked like a boy dog, and then I just adhered this on top of this. Okay, so let me grab my ink pens, or my blends actually, and we are going to use Crumb Cake and Pecan Pie. So what I did was I took Crumb Cake, and he was kind of light around the middle of his face, but like I said, I'm going to make it a girl version. So we'll still make it light. And all we're going to do is color the little Yorkie. We're not going to color the little background dogs in there because, like I said, we are spotlighting the Yorkie. Then I'm taking dark Crumb Cake and making another layer over here. All right, now we're going to assemble this. Let's take the paper that has the dogs on it, and let's just place that on the front of our card. And we're going to do this flat again because the part that we want to pop up is the dog, and that'll stand out even more if we can make this flat. All right, so just center that. We're getting closer. Now, this is what we're going to do is we're going to place this right smack on top of where we cut it out. However, we're going to make a larger circle. This is made with Stylish Shapes dies, and it's just one size larger, which makes that a 1 5/8 inch circle. And We will put our little Yorkie on here. I'm just going to glue him flat on here. And then to make him, let me get rid of this one. So just center that. You can use dimensionals at this point, but I want an even larger pop. So I'm going to grab my my foam adhesive strips, and I cut mine in half so that they're not so long in my drawer. They fit better. It only took me 10 years to discover that. Okay, let's put a couple strips here and pop this guy up. Now we want to line it up exactly where we cut it, so just make sure he's going forward, and see how that spotlight's at, and it has a nice big pop. Now the next thing I did was I took, it doesn't matter if you use black and white ribbon or black and Very Vanilla. Very Vanilla is a tiny bit wider, so I used it on this one, but it will color well. I just took my Parakeet Party blend and I just rubbed it along the ribbon. You don't even have to do both sides because it will bleed through and get both sides for you. And then once it dried, then I just tied it in a bow, and we're going to adhere it with a mini glue dot. You want to grab these two. These are going up in price in the new catalog. And we'll just put this on the very bottom edge here. All right, now this is good enough the way it is, but for my class, I did add a sentiment here, and let me show you that one. I just used our mini alphabet set, and I just did so sorry, because you never know when that pet's going to die. I've had a lot of friends lose pets this year, so that's just something you can do. You might want to just leave it blank and send it as just a fun pet card for a pet lover friend, or you might want to write happy birthday on a sentiment and die cut it out with a rectangle or something. You can do whatever. Now in my class, everyone chose different dogs, so sometimes that spotlight would be up here or over here. You know, every card looked a little bit different. So now there's one more thing I want to share with you, because it is a girl dog. If you take some baker's twine, and you know, you can really use any color. Actually, I used white on this card, and look at how you can't even really see it. But if I was going to do a pink card for a girl, I would probably take my blends and color this pink. But because I couldn't see it with the white, I think I'm going to use black, just because we have black in this card anyway, and it'll just stand out a little bit more. But I want to show you, because everyone goes, how do you make those teeny tiny bows? And they're so easy. First of all, you just tie a bow. Everyone knows how to do that. And it's hard to make it super mini, Barbie size to start, because your fingers just won't do it. And so just start by tying a bow. Then the trick is, all you do is pull these loops down so they're super tiny, like that. There's no trick to it. You're just making the loops tiny. And I might want to go even smaller than that. And then I'm going to grab my paper snips and just cut off those little ends. The baker's twine is carrying over. It's called Baker's Twine Essentials Pack, and these definitely are essential in my little stash here. Now what we're going to do is, a glue dot is almost too large for this. You're going to see a lot of the glue dot. So I just put a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue and just make a little dot there. See how it wouldn't have really mattered if I colored that or not, because it's going to be covered up by this. And there's your cute little bow on top. Whoops. And then if you can get it straight, it's even better. So that's kind of the finishing touch on it. Then what I would recommend you do, because unless you have a white pen and want to write your note, but I would just take a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of basic white, and then depending on the sentiment you need, just add this to your inside, and then you can write whatever you want on there. I think I just left mine blank so I could write a note. All right, there you have our sweet little card. Let me show you this one again in case you want to add some words to it, but just very simple. And everybody has a friend that loves dogs, so this would be a good one to keep in your stash, even, you know, the day that it does retire. This is one that I'm going to hang on to because it's so fast and easy to make a cute little, you know, sympathy card when someone loses a pet. All right, now I'm ready to share with you the goodies from the new catalog. Like I said, I'm not going to pull everything over, but I'll give you a cute or a quick snippet of what our new in colors look like. And these are the pens. And let me grab my sheet here. When I went to our convention, or on stage as they call it, we got to make these little color swatch things showing our new colors, and you can see the real thing, what they look like. So I'll read the names of them. Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, which is one we had before, Shy Shamrock, and Summer Splash. These two are very similar but different. That's how a lot of our colors are over the years. There's only so many colors in the rainbow, so I know a lot of people say, oh, they already use green. Well, think about how many colors there are. They have different shades that they bring in, but there are only so many colors, so it's just variations of those. This one kind of reminds me of that clover one we used to have. This one, a little bit like that cantaloupe one, and we've been in luck with lots of purples. So, but this one's a little bit different too. I just really like them. I'm so glad Pretty in Pink is coming back. So this is the cardstock, and then I stamped it, and then that's the marker. So here they are. They even coordinate well together, don't they? I'm gonna have to maybe make a card using all of those. Really pretty. All right, so that's the markers. Then these are going to be all the same colors, but I just want to share with you the colors of the paper. They're just like the cardstock that we have now, but this one is not an in color. I should pull that out. So those are the in colors. This one is going to be added to kind of our, not our neutrals family, but just kind of a basic. It's called Basic Beige. And we're still going to have Very Vanilla. However, we are not having Very Vanilla envelopes anymore. So if you need Very Vanilla envelopes, grab them before they're gone, because those will be gone for good. And they're not replacing it with a beige envelope. So we will just have Basic White after this. All right, so Basic Beige, it's a nice color. It's just, you know, quite a bit lighter than Sahara Sand that we had, or Chrome Cake, but yet it's way different than vanilla. So it's just a nice neutral color. Then, of course, I have all the blends. I'll just show you a couple of them. They're just traditional. These are going up $1 in the new catalog. So I believe it's $1. So if there's any current colors that we have, make sure you get those before the price increase. And then, let's see, I wanted to share with you the Designer Series paper. This is the in color ones, and I am going to be having an in color club. So if you love, oh, these colors are so nice, you're going to want these in your stash. So watch for my flyer on the in color club, and you can get each color in a different month, so it's not so expensive, and it's kind of spread out over 5 months. And so the patterns are, we have a nice floral. I love stripes. And then the other one is kind of a more, let's see, what shape is that? Just kind of a design. And then we have little circles, almost like a polka dot. So the designs are really nice. They always change those up every year. And then again, like I said, it's all those in colors. See how similar these two are? Very similar. But one's a little bit darker. Can you see that? There's the two greens. So, all right, that's the in color. Then they always have an embellishment. Let's get the one with the in colors. These are just little resin dots, and all those in colors. Aren't they pretty? Let's see how many you get in a sheet. There are 120 on there. That seems like a lot, but that's how many. All right. The next one we have, I brought one spool out to show you the ribbon, and it's a cotton ribbon. Let's see what the width on that is. Yeah, it's 3/8 inch. Then these are just some other new products that we have. This is Petal Pink and White. I'm so glad we have a white, because remember, with blends we can make that any color. So if your favorite color is not found in a ribbon, you can just color it whatever color you want. The next one is some more of these resin dots, and these are the 24 to 26 in colors, some of them. And actually, it is all of them. We have two different types of embellishments with the in colors. These are shimmer gems, and these are resin dots. So that's nice. I don't think we've ever had two. There's going to be another one up on the top here that you can't see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So we have the pie one, peach pie, right? Isn't that the name? We have a few colors that have the word pie on in it. Pecan pie. What's the other one? I thought there was another one. Pumpkin pie. I'm getting hungry. All right, I already showed you the DSP. Then we have this paper, Thoughtful Journey. I have a lot of the papers. I'm not going to show them all this time because I need to get organized here, and I want this video to be not so long. But this is going to be another one of those landscape. And let me just show you one of these just for kicks. So I have this one here. Whoopsie. Sorry. Didn't mean to make you dizzy there. All right. So this is 1, 2. Oh, aren't they pretty? Wow. 1, 2, 1. How many of each one? 2, 3, 4. Probably 4. So there's 4. So they always do that, which I love. You can have the landscape side or the more subtle muted side, and then that way you can make them coordinate. That pretty. Ooh, lots of fun colors here. And it's really fun to do landscape type cards with these. And I really like the color combo. I also will be making those color sampler pages so you can see exactly what colors coordinate with these. That one doesn't really have a scene on it. And blues. I'm going to miss boho blue. Oh no, boho blue is staying. We have one more year with that. So good. I was going to say, why did they make paper with boho blue and if we don't have it anymore? But we're losing the bright colors, and they are Sweet Sorbet. Let's see. Parakeet Party, like I said, Tahitian Tide, and what is the other one? Pebbled Path, I believe. Yes. All right. Ooh, I can't wait to play with these. Very pretty. You're definitely going to want this pack in your stash. Nice spring colors, summer. All right, so that's that paper pack. Now, my favorite stamp set bundle in the pre-order that I got to do is called Attention Shoppers. And this is a cute little set that has a grocery cart and all the little fixings that could go in there. And let me show you just so you can see about what size this is. Oh man, this is going to be so fun to work with. You could stick a little gift card in the shopping cart. And let's see, I haven't even opened this yet. I'm surprised, but I've been so busy. All right, so this card, or this shopping cart, is about 2.5 inches by this part, maybe 1 1/4 inch. So it's teeny tiny, but I think it'll be large enough to put a gift card in. Oh, I don't have one handy. I was just going to hold it up to it, but I think it'll work. So you will definitely be seeing some cards made with this set or projects. All right, the next thing is I want to show you this Mongo embossing folder. Of course, I had to get this one because what does it look like to you? To me, it looks like our coffee swirl paper that we have, our designer series paper with a latte bundle. And I just want to show you, this is, it feels like it's one of our thicker embossing folders, so it'll have a nice deep etch in it. Oh, isn't this nice? And for those of you into scrapbooking, this will work well because it is oversized. This will not fit in the mini, obviously, our mini stamp and cut and emboss machine, but this is the thicker one, I believe. Maybe not, though. Maybe it's a regular one. I think it is regular. It feels a little bit thicker, though. I will soon find out. And I think that was all that I wanted to share with you as far as product. I also want to bring this in to share with you. It's my host code. They are doing away with host code, so you want to take advantage of this. However, there's a great program where you're going to get a sale on all of your products if you place an order that's $20 or more, and we will talk about that more, but that's going to be not till later in the year. But for now, we still have the host code, so make sure you enter the host code, and also if your order is over $50, I will send you a little treat of product in the mail along with a thank you card. And I just really appreciate you. And if you order from me, I like to reward my customers. Also, I do in-person classes here in Cave Creek. Cave Creek is located by Phoenix and Scottsdale on the north side. However, I have people that drive over an hour for my classes, so don't feel like you're too far from me. It's only once a month. I offer 4 different classes in person, or not 4 different ones. They're 4 all the same, but 4 time slots. That way I can keep the class size is smaller so I can interact one-on-one and help you rather than one big room of everyone in there. And then the other thing that I do for those of you that don't live nearby me, I offer my online card club. They're a different set of projects because I choose one bundle to showcase, and then we'll make 8 cards with that. And so it's 4 different designs and then times 2 each. So that's a nice way to get involved and do some cards without doing the cutting and the prepping and the thinking. All you have to do is order these. It's only $38, and the extra bonus is you get $20 worth of product, and shipping is included in that. So it's a great way to just keep you stamping without all the work. It's like a kit or like Paper Pumpkin, but it's using, like the supplies that are in the catalog rather than the kit supplies. So I can do that for you, and I'll put the link of how you sign up for that. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy to share with you, and you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next Tuesday morning. Bye-bye, everyone.